You need to take responsibility for your actions. You need to take responsibility for your choices. You need to take responsibility for your life. You've heard this before, right? And if you're like me, you don't need to hear these messages again. You already know how important taking responsibility is, and you've actually turned responsibility into an Olympic event. We are the people who take responsibility for ourselves and everyone and everything within our circle of influence. Plus, we feel guilty when we don't take responsibility for things that are not even within our circle of influence. We often find ourselves asking the question, should I be doing more? Well, should you? Or are you taking responsibility when you don't need to? I didn't have the answer to those questions when I wrote the essay post that accompanies this video. I worked on answering them as I wrote the post because I wanted to go through that experience with you. So stick with me and we'll find out what answer or how I answered those questions, what I came to. But the way that we're tackling answering those questions is by staying curious and respecting other points of view, of course, because those are two components of the cycle of deliberate thinking. We're going to see what some of the experts had to say about taking responsibility. And the experts I consulted with were Eckhart Tolle, Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, of course, J. Krishnamurti. There we go. These names are not easy for me. J. Krishnamurti, Sadhguru, and Olivia De Silva. So what we're going to do is look at their opinions, and then we're going to see if we can meld them together into one that makes sense to deliberate thinkers like us. But before we do that, we have one other question that we have to answer, and that is, why is going through this exercise so important?